Hello, ChiroSecure friends. Dr. Sherry McAllister here, president of the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. And our Facebook Live, as always, once a month. Today, I want to start, as I always do, beginning with gratitude. This is about making a movement of awareness for chiropractic. And as most of you know, movements are never built by one person. Professions are never elevated by one voice. And as all of you can see in your practices, transformation happens when people come together, whether it's a patient with a doctor or a profession coming together to do something more, to be larger than themselves. And today I want to recognize some very special people who continue to help chiropractic move forward. And that's our members, our students, and our state associations. They're making progress on a unique and important level. Also, who funds us? Our corporate partners. They're critical for everything we do, as it takes financial backing to move the needle forward, to get in places we may never have been able to get in before. And today, a very special thank you to ChiroSecure. We want to thank them for their leadership. And I want to especially thank Dr. Alan Weinstein as he helped us with building out our Chirathon 2026. And we'll talk more about that in a moment, but I want to thank Dr. Allen. He has been a massive support for us on the ongoing basis in many areas, building out and helping our movement take place, and ChiroSecure for being there with us along the way. Now, what happens at the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress is obviously bigger than just marketing. I think it's actually bigger than media. And in many cases, it's bigger than some of the social campaigns like the FIFA campaign that we're about to launch that I hope that you'll take advantage of. We're building the future and the visibility for an entire profession. And that I think is why we have such amazing corporate sponsors like ChiroSecure, which will help us make a future that is more possible and allow people to choose chiropractic. Because if they don't understand chiropractic, they're not going to choose it. People cannot benefit from something they actually have never heard about. I think awareness is what creates understanding and trust. They need to find you and they need to trust that chiropractic is going to take them to a place that they're suffering right now in and away from that. Listen, we're trying to build health spans. We're not trying to build just longevity. Who wants to live longer if they're going to live sicker? And that's why it takes action. And I thank you. Today you took action and you took the time to listen to this particular podcast and Facebook Live to be able to build on and elevate awareness for the patients in your community. And that's one of the pieces that I want to talk about really is strengthening our communities through whole being care and to ensure chiropractic continues this rightful place and the moment and really help showcase where we need to be and why we need to be there. I'm often asked within the circles that I work in, why are we using the word whole being rather than whole person, which is often used? And I think whole person language is very important. It is increasingly used in political and regulatory and healthcare settings. And the question itself is an excellent question. So I want to break it down for you today so that you understand why, when we do our marketing roadmaps, we're talking about whole being care and how that matters. So, whole person is commonly used as an umbrella term to really describe how collaborative care starts to come together to individually be comprehensive. So, we're talking about the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the social factors that come together to help a patient explore options. And hopefully, they'll explore the ones that we want them to explore, which is the natural, more holistic options. It is also built and associated with healthcare systems. You'll see it in the VA, and you also see it in the patient-centered medical models that are coming out around the country in both hospital systems and in some of the larger care facilities. Now, I want to be very consistent with the language. Where chiropractic comes in, we're using the term whole being health, not whole person. And that's the chiropractic alignment perspective. And how does that differ? Well, whole being health is under the umbrella of whole person. It focuses on optimizing human function. As we know, we're always there to help people adapt and ensure their movements are good, their nervous system is performing at peak, and that their life capacity is actually being assisted with functioning at their highest levels in both prevention, optimization, and alleviation. And that, while it seems subtle, is an important distinction. Whole person describes the individual. Whole being focus on how the individual functions, adapts, and performs and thrives. That's where chiropractic sits. That's the perspective. I just wanted to clarify that because I do get that question a lot. And I'm thankful that we're on this Chiro Secure Facebook Live to be able to talk about these kind of things. Now, one of the pieces that the foundation does really well is set intention, is being able to be intentional in the profession-wide strategy that we have, not just for today as you're listening, but actually for tomorrow, for the year after that, and for the next generation. And it's because the future of chiropractic does not happen by accident. It actually happens through commitment. And that means that we have to have vision, consistency, and hopefully we have partners like ChiroSecure that will help us deliver on those campaigns and all of the pieces that help educate. I want to reflect on we at the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress have a turnkey solution for you. Now, a bright man once said to me that I'm really not that smart. It's the people I surround myself with that make me look good. And I smiled and I thought, if you're a really bright practitioner, you're focused on bringing new patients in and you're not focused on building marketing materials. So, this should be one of those moments where you're bringing us in as your turnkey solution. That means you have your social media campaigns already worked out. Educational resources, check the box. Toolkits for events and opportunities in your community, done. Patient education should be a no-brainer because you've got posters and blogs, infographics, videos, webinars. You have an adjusted reality podcast. You have an adjusted reality toolkit. There's books out there that I hope you will invest in, not only for your practice, but for your community. An adjusted reality book could go to a high school student. It could go to a high school principal. You never know the power of one book that now has 3 awards. It has Amazon #1 bestseller, Barnes& Noble's bestseller, and the 2026 Fitness and Health Award, Independent Press Award. So you know that the book is branded. It's got a beautiful Forbes branding and it's doing so well. Unfortunately, right now we're sold out. However, if you order online, you will get it within the week. So that's a promise from me to you. Simon and Schuster saw the amazing movement we're creating and they then took over the distribution. So we have a fundamental opportunity to change how people understand chiropractic by using a book that will help elevate. Remember, at the very beginning when I started, is that it is not about one person. Movements can never be built by one person. The professions are never elevated by one voice. This is the transformation that we need to make together. So, if you're thinking about bringing adjusted reality into your practice, I highly encourage you to do it now. Never, ever a best time than to be with us on this journey so that you have all that you need when you need it. And I think that's key. So, what are the things that we're building with our communities? Well, trust. We want to build trust that we're evidence based and evidence informed because communities build professions. It's a true story, can't be anything else. You are part of this fabulous community that's building this profession. So, take our roadmaps, use them wisely. Take a theme that we focus on. I don't care if it's posture and potential, perhaps it's back to getting in alignment, maybe it's chiropractic care in you, doesn't matter. When you receive materials from the foundation, it's not someday I'll implement them, it's immediately. You can have tip sheets like the one thing that I just did for Forbes. It's a blog, How to Triumph Over Tech Neck. Help patients navigate their posture. It's such an easy one. We also have exercises to improve posture because without understanding that it's core strength that improves our posture, what else matters? Simple actions make healthier movements, and that's why you're there in your practice every day. But I also want everybody to step up and step in. Stepping safely to prevent injury. How do we prevent injury on a regular basis? Proactive behavior. Every time you see a patient, you can be proactive with them. Help reduce preventable slips and trips and falls. Falls for adults that are aging can be devastating. This is a worldwide problem. So we want to make sure they're getting educational blogs like Home Office Ergonomics, Tips to Avoid Injuries. Yes, we have it, but you have to become a member. Help patients build healthier environments when they wherever they work and live. And our ebooks, our webinars, and our social media accelerators will do that for you. Now, the research, it continues, and we want to make sure that we get that out. Movement matters, walking matters, their posture matters. What about the brain fertilizer? Wait a minute, you don't know what I'm talking about? That's sleep. It is the fertilizer that changes the way their brain reacts the next day. Are you saying it that simple? Are they even understanding what the nervous system is? The Wi Fi for the body. The brain has a wired connection to the body. Question is, educating them on that and what it means. We really want people in the summertime to get out, be healthy, be strong, be mobile. And as Benjamin Franklin once said, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So the philosophy lives deeply inside chiropractic. And you have a maximal opportunity every time you see a patient to optimize their health, not talking about symptoms, but talking about cause of breakdown. And that is, I think, where national public awareness campaigns need to fall in. And what better way than doing a FIFA world's most historic watched event. I think that's going to be really huge. Now, before I go there, I want to tell you where I was just a few weeks back. I was in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where we did an adjusted reality Canadian style. And that meant we went to Indigo Chapters, a big national bookstore. We did a book signing there. I met so many wonderful people. We had meaningful conversations. We signed books. And then I had a professional organization reach out to us and say, would you like to give a professional presentation on adjusted reality to a law firm in Calgary? And I loved it. And highlight of my trip was a partner of one of the law firms came and asked for two books, one for both of his college age kids, because he got the message that alignment and longevity, performance and whole being health, they all come together. And I think that was one of the key aspects. But we're continuing to do television. I did television, a TV segment yesterday on the vacation you're about to take. How do we be the best we can be through alignment and going on vacation? Yes, doctor, you need vacation too. So make sure that you'll find more about that segment coming up shortly. I think the more the patients know out there in the audience, the better they'll do. Don't forget, though, Adjusted Reality is a podcast. And that podcast has now garnered our most historic levels ever, and we're loving it. And I think we just found out through our Buzzsprout platform provider, we are now in 142 countries. That's huge. I am with you, and this adjusted reality is for you. It is a toolkit that talks about things that you can't talk about because you have a limited time with a patient, that you have opportunities to get it out into the ethos and really make different conversations happen. But we've also had national conversations on Forbes, Yahoo Health, and we've talked about pain this week in travel. So a lot is coming up, and I want to thank you because being part of our Chirathon was a big deal. Chirathon 2026, we had NFL players, we had MLB players, movement, human performance. Together, we raised over $35,000 supporting the future of chiropractic. Now, that impacts many people, and we're hoping that we get this out to over 300,000 people to see the impact. People choose to invest. People choose to stand together. Now, as we look ahead, we've got FIFA World Cup, one of the largest global sporting movements on earth, performance, recovery, movement, and the global visibility. But for you and everyone, not just our members, but we do recognize our members are actually funding the FIFA toolkit. We want everyone, every doctor to leverage the opportunity immediately. We have ready to use graphics, social media assets, videos, community engagement resources so you can throw a watch party. Because when cultural focuses on performance, chiropractic belongs in that conversation. We want to know that all of the soccer players, the soccer moms, the spectators all recognize chiropractic. It's a beautiful moment to come together globally to help Brazil and Portugal and Spain and the United States play together. And the key word is play together, be strong together, find health together. And we could not have done this without our incredible sponsors. Chirothon was successful because we had ChiroSecure working with us. Thank you, Dr. Allen. I think the moment has arrived where we educate our communities in a bigger way, in a bolder way, and patients discover the care they need and deserve. I think now, as we move into June and we start getting on vacation and asking ourselves, what are we doing? What passions do we have? How do we, as an individual, make chiropractic first? It takes everyone, not one voice, not one state association, and not one foundation. It takes everyone to come together. This is the commitment and our awareness. And I think as we move into a whole new decade of opportunities that start with the MAHA movement, we're committing to continuing growing stronger. It's every infographic that we get out there. All the toolkits that we build are only as good as the doctor behind them willing to put their time, their talent, and their energy into it. And for that, I'm very grateful. We have much to be proud of. We have moments to reflect on. And I am, as of tomorrow, heading to the most exciting moment that Adjusted Reality has had to date. We are heading to East Africa and we're going to do the wild edition of Adjusted Reality. So listen, it is a moment to reflect. Where can we go? It's so vast. It's so beautiful. And the wins are right here. Chiropractic deserves the wins. We know that movement and recovery matter. We know that optimization and performance are key. And as always, we're preventing problems from happening, also alleviating pain. But I think today is the day where we just thank ourselves as graduates from all chiropractic schools, and May being a month where we actually focus on graduation for many that are walking across the stage for the very first time and they're building their excitement to become a chiropractor in practice. Reflect back, give back, and as always, continue to spread the awareness that everyone needs a chiropractor because it is about health span, not just longevity. And that's what chiropractic brings in a whole being care way. Thank you. I look forward to coming back from Africa, seeing you back for a Facebook Live in June, and building out an incredible next session where we get deeper into FIFA and we start talking about all of the things that are going to happen as you watch the most historic moment in sports history. Thank you, everyone.